having that clear cut risk and just knowing, okay, well, what's the weather like today out here? And that's what I was thinking this morning, because at the end of the day, I saw, and you can go back. I mean, those videos got low views, but I'm sure once they start to pick up, you could go back and timestamp it. You know what I mean? Like, look at the beginning of March 2025. But just look at the S&P. You know what I mean? If you look at the S&P, it's been falling from its highs though, right? So I never get too bearish in those situations, or just period, on the market, because of the overall logistics of the market, I guess, right? So in my mind, the stock market has been overextended since it's been at $1. You know what I mean? It starts at zero. It's been just growing. So I get the cycles and I get what people mean when, it turns bearish. But at the same time, if you're trading right, if you're investing right, in my personal opinion, it shouldn't matter. And I actually, not even all of it's my opinion, because I know people that were invested in 2008, and I know people that were invested when COVID just happened. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to say the person's name because she'll be pissed, but I mean, I know somebody who, bottom line, they lost a lot when that COVID crash happened. You know what I'm saying? She told me about it, and we talked about it. We could laugh at it now, but I'm sure if we were to go look at all the stocks she was in that she lost from, not only was there probably the best buying opportunity ever at that time, but also I guarantee you they're all up from now, right? And I don't think she was in like Spirit Airlines and all that, but I remember going through, because at that time I looked at a lot of large caps, like with cryptos and stuff. I remember Spirit, one of them airlines was down to like sub 20, or it might have, I don't know what it was, but it was very, very, very low. Because I remember I just said, you know what? No matter how much I don't want to, I had to put it on my watch list, because I'm like, I know this stock's going to rebound. It's too low. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, I'm sure it's up 3 times, 5 times, whatever now. I heard all the airline stocks are up, and I don't really pay too much attention to those certain sectors in the market, right? Just because of how much time I devote to what I do. But at the same time, plain and simple, is just like, all right, well, the market's gonna go up and down. But when you're trading, especially with me and how I trade, even the big cap traders and the options traders, I mean, if you don't know the sentiment of the market, to me, you're for so many words, you're just playing checkers, right? You can win trades like that, of course. You could win trades trading anyway, just like you can lose trades trading anyway, good, bad, or ugly, right? But I guess what I'm saying clear and clear is, if you don't see that it's gonna be a snowstorm, and then you come out in tank top and shorts, I mean, you're probably gonna check the weather next time, right? So if I would have swung big today, I took 2 small losses today, right? I'm gonna pull them up too. 2 small losses and got out, and it's over. You know what I mean? Super small, right? And not only that, this is the more important thing, right? I beat a final boss, right? Or whatever you say in video game language, right? I beat another level, because the last level that I was on, that many people are on, even millionaire traders, I've seen them be on this, right? And it's an ongoing battle every day. But I would say that level of, boom, I take 2 losses. Now what do I have to do? I have to go for a win. And not only that, most of the time, not only do I have to go for another trade and make it be a winner, but I wanted to cover both of them other losses, right? Will that work sometimes? For sure. Will you get wiped out like that? For sure. You see what I'm saying? So for every time that works, there's 5 times it doesn't work. And I would say 9 out of 10 times when you deploy that, when you get in that mode, you're going to make a worse trade than the first 2 anyway. You see what I'm saying? More than likely. Not every time, you can't say every time with trading, because stuff changes like so much, or in between. But the bottom line, and the thing I had to recognize was, that would always just keep forcing me to make more trades, which is so dumb. You know what I'm saying? Because especially if I keep trying to hit the same stock, because how I trade, I can't speak for everybody else, but how I trade, the specific pattern, not just what I trade, but the specific way I trade it, right? If that doesn't work a few times, then it I guess you could just say it negates the whole bias I had the whole morning or the whole day, essentially, right? Same way if somebody go, and I trade mostly long, right? If somebody goes short most of the time, right? And the stock, not only does it hold, but it rips, then it holds and it rips. Your thesis is somewhat negated. You have to admit it. You know what I mean? Now, could that joint drop again? For sure. Could it, you know what I mean, recover and that just be whatever. I mean, you know, that short plan work out for sure. But let's talk about, you know what I mean, more than likely. Let's talk about, you know, the favorable outcome. And it's not the opposite, right? It's not you going that much against the grain. Because I get the contrarian trading, right? There's many points in the chart that I could say I'm a contrarian, quote unquote. But at the same time, I'm not a contrarian to the trend. If the stock is falling, 2022 can break that down so well. And most of this video, like, I'm gonna post it, I'm gonna chop it up a bit, but a lot of this video is just for me. It's simple. It's just for me because I need to recognize this in real time because I know it. I knew it, I'd say 3 years ago, right? A lot of y'all, if y'all traded for a long time, y'all remember in 2022, we had some nasty drops. Like, I'm talking about, I remember one, you know, I'm trying to dip by, I think it was, what was the stock? It might have been Buru that has been, you know, running a little bit recently. BURU. I forget what exactly it was, but that name is just in my head. When I tell you that every dip of this stock, it seemed to drop another 20%. And I had never saw that, right? I never saw a stock just drop and not rebound. And to this day, I mean, to some element, I still haven't really, I mean, I've seen a couple, you know what I mean, China pump and dumps that just drop to the floor. Things of that nature, right? But at the same time, not like this specific one was doing. Like, it would rebound for 1 second and drop, hit the floor, halt, maybe look like it's gonna come up, hit the floor. And I'm thinking, like, this stock can't go to zero. You know what I mean? I don't remember where it started from, but it was just nasty out there, right? But now looking at that, right? If this was present day time, first of all, I would have never been dip buying that stock. Very crucial, very vital. I repeat, I wouldn't have liked that stock. Same way today, how I'm telling you, yo, the weather was off. There was a lot of stocks that I said, oh, I'm not touching that. I don't care what it does. I don't care if it squeezes. I don't care. I'm not going to mess with it because I know what's bound to happen. You know, but see, at that time, with the weather and with that whole sentiment in the market, especially the small cap market, there was a whole bunch of stocks that I shouldn't have touched, right? So, you know, we can look at it like a loss. We can look at it like, you know, the market was bearish, whatever we want to say. What I'll say is, though, the famous quote from Jesse Livermore, there's a time to go long, there's a time to go short, and there's a time to go fishing. You see what I'm saying? And that's true. Today was one of them days. From 5 this morning, the whole way, right now, it's like 11, right? The whole way until I took that trade, I was telling myself, I don't like it. I don't like it. Anything that popped up, anything, I just said, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Same yesterday. I didn't take one trade yesterday. There was one I could have made, right? But even still. But see, back then, and this would be a video for more people beginning, right? I guess you can say. Back then, to me, you could trade every day if you're precise, right? To me, there was an opportunity every 10 minutes, even on the worst bearish day, whatever, because in actuality there wasn't though, right? There was an opportunity to make a percentage gain. There wasn't an opportunity to make an A+ trade on one of my A+ setups. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, what he said was, you know, discipline yourself like that. If you see it's nothing in that day, everything's just bad, nothing's coming of it, I mean, take that whole week and just don't trade nothing, don't play nothing. Now, in the hot market, that'd be hard to do, especially for me, because when I see my mark now, obviously I'm attacking. But at the same time, if somebody's dealing with over trading, what they call revenge trading, anything like that that's going to get you caught up, yeah, that's the best time not to play, you know? Because at the end of the day, you're going to go red. The whole market's red, especially something like today, yesterday. That's why I ain't swing yesterday. You know what I mean? Go do something different, because if not, you're going to lose money. I heard somebody else say one time years ago, he said if he thinks it's going to be like that, he'll go spend money, because you're better off spending the money than just losing it in the market, right? Go buy something you want, turn your computer off, and keep it pushing. But yeah, I'll upload them hits on SXLN or whatever it was. And until then, I'm out for a couple days, probably until Friday if I see something good.
Feel free to write in the comments how many colours you counted. Wow, who knows what this carpet's made of? You can watch it endlessly.